Hey again, it's me, Jake from ADYP. Today we have a chicken curry being made. So, here's a short introduction. All I have is some chicken, some tomato puree, some fresh tomatoes, chicken stock cubes, some tin chopped tomatoes, bunch of spices. I put these all in a list, some salt and pepper, and of course some chilies. This one doesn't have any onion in, but if you would like to add onion, it's up to you. I just don't have any. So the first thing to do, drizzle some oil into a pan and get it nice and hot, and then chop up your chicken and place it in. You should hear that lovely sizzle as it goes in. Leave it to cook for about 5-10 minutes before we do anything else. Keep tossing it and turning it, make sure all the sides are cooked through and got some colour on it. There should be a nice golden brown. So as the chicken's cooking and it's browned on all the sides just slightly, a couple of cracks of sea salt or salt, whatever salt you use, a couple of cracks of pepper, make sure it's all covered, and then make sure it's all complete. All the chicken is lovely and covered. Leave that for a few more minutes to cook. Right, so as my chicken starts to brown, I'm going to add some garam masala, teaspoon of that, spread that over my chicken. I then add half a teaspoon of turmeric, spread that all over my chicken. Can't have a curry without some cumin. So again, half a teaspoon, 3/4 of a teaspoon of cumin. Spread that over my chicken. And then one of my little favourites is cinnamon. Again, just a little covering of cinnamon. Probably more like 1/4 of a teaspoon. Spread that all over. Give it a good mix. Cover your chicken in your spices. Once I've added the seasoning and left it to cook for another minute or so, hit my chopped tomatoes, and I only put about half of this can in. Turn the heat right the way down. Maybe 3/4 of a can. Again, give it a big stir. Lovely. Not cooking the spoon, as a friend of mine would always say. And then some tomato puree. I don't measure this, but I'd say about 1/4 of the tube. So it's about right. Once I've added my tomato stuff, I get my chicken stock cube, place that in, and I get about 150 millilitres of boiling water. And then I just give this time to mix, give it a nice stir, and let all those flavours come together. Now that those flavours have been cooking for 5-10 minutes, just giving it a taster. Tastes absolutely beautiful. I'm just going to add what makes the heat in my curry. I've chopped up 4 green chilies, and I've left all the seeds in because I like it quite hot. And I've also got some hot chili powder and some paprika. All I'm going to do is get my chilies and just sprinkle them in. With my hot chili powder. Oh, can I get the top off? No, typical. My hot chili powder, I'm just going to sprinkle about what I imagine would be about half a teaspoon. For now, I can always add more later to make it hotter, but I can't take any out, so careful with that one. Then I get my paprika and add about a teaspoon. I like quite spicy food, and so I put quite a lot of spice in. All I'm going to do, give that a nice little stir. All that's left to do now is to let that simmer on a low heat for, I'm just making sure that's on as low as it can go. All that's left to do is let that simmer on a low heat with the lid on for about 15-20 minutes, just to let those flavours and that heat start to mix and come together. After 10-15 minutes, I come out, give it a nice little test, give it a taste, make sure it's how I want it. If I need to add any hot powder or chili powder or more chilies, then I will. If it's too dry, I'll add a little bit more water. Alright, so it's been about 10-15 minutes. Come back, giving it a nice stir. It's looking lovely. All I'm going to do now is add in 10 cherry tomatoes that I've chopped in half. So I'm going to throw those in quickly. There we go. The last few. Bish bash bosh. Give it a stir. This time I'm not going to put a lid on. I'm going to leave it for about 10 more minutes. Okay, let it sort of thicken. Keep an eye on it. I don't want it to get too thick.